Thank you. Thank you, Botswana Defense Force Band. A huge round of applause for them. You may take your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Ke tokile mogolokwane for these fine gentlemen and ladies, but I shall take it in debt. Whoever who has a mogolokwane, kindly do the honors. As you were. Thank you. Distinguished guests, esteemed dignitaries, energy pioneers, policy makers, innovators here in Botswana, the Sadc region, the African continent, and across the world. Good morning and welcome to the 2024 Sadc Sustainable Energy Week.
What an honor it is indeed to stand before you today as you and I witness and participate in a transformative gathering that will shape the energy landscape of our region. A first of its kind in the Sadc region, with an objective to promote opportunities in the renewable energy efficiency sectors and programs along the energy value chain. My name is Oratile Jazal Kevakile. I'm a communications specialist, and I am delighted to be standing alongside my esteemed colleague in the business of microphones and podiums at premium gatherings like this. He is an entrepreneur in the digital space, a sought-after high-level panel moderator, and an all-round really nice guy with a very sharp mind. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mudiri Mugende.
Thank you, Jazz. I feel like a speaker now. Please do catch us up later during the break if you want to know a little bit more about us. However, we are here this week, which is a defining moment for our region, under the theme Accelerating Sustainable Energy Solutions for an Energy Secure Sadc Region. Can I get a round of applause for that theme? We are not only here to talk, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to forge partnerships, mobilize resources, and commit to real and tangible solutions that will power the energy policy agenda and its fundamental drivers of as a fundamental driver of economic growth, social development, and environmental preservation. So every conversation you're going to hear for the rest of the week, in every panel and every connection you make, it's a step closer to activating the theme of this gathering.
Well said, my dear friend Mudiri. I do believe you are a speaker, sir. Before we continue, let's welcome the SHE officer at this establishment, the Grand Palm Hotel Casino Convention Resort, to take us through the safety moment. Godfrey, we are fully trusting that you are immediately a few seconds away from us to make your way to the stage to deliver the SHE moment. Thank you so much. Ke a go leboga kgaitsadi ka gore o bo lebile nako ka tsela eo o sa tlhoka go utlwa leina la gago. Ke a leboga. A re mo amogele batho.
Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Benjamin, and I'm a SHE officer. I'm standing on behalf of Godfrey Dzala. As we are here, I will start with the doors in this hotel, this hall. All the exits on this hall are all working. So in case of emergency, you can use them as your exit doors. We don't have any planned fire drill taking place. As you can hear this fire alarm going on, which means there will be an emergency, and our emergency team will be available to come and assist you. From here, if you go outside the main entrance as you are entering in, our fire assembly checkpoint is there, that's in front of the door. So from here, if you use any doors from on our left-hand side, there will be the restrooms for men and ladies. So that's all, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Godfrey.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Re Godfrey, and thank you very much to the Grandpa for ensuring our safety. Well, if you didn't catch that safety, health, and environment moment, I do assure you, if you can just make your way to the entry point that you came through, you will be received by ushers who will assist you in the event of any emergency. Now, I believe that I would be sharing a sentiment with our fellow delegates here in the Zodilo Suite at the GICC in Gaborone, Botswana, when I say that there is a powerful, positive energy in this room because of the powerful minds and voices in this room. Distinguished speakers that shall shortly grace the stage during the ceremony will acknowledge the dignitaries amidst all of us delegates as national protocol requires. So please do anticipate their salutations, which will most likely feature more names and details than the ones we shall share shortly. In this moment, we are most humbled as your directors of proceedings to deliver the first salutations of the morning, to give you a strong indication of the power, the positive energy in this room. We do welcome and highly recommend your applause at the end of this approved list of salutations. However, wherever you are right now, should your spirit move you to applause or ululate at any moment of these powerful names being mentioned, please feel free to do so. The President of the Republic of Botswana, Advocate Duma Gideon Boko, Vice President of the Republic of Botswana and Minister of Finance, Ndaba Nkosinathi Haolati. Sadc Executive Secretary, Your Excellency Elias M. Mahosi. Our Minister of Minerals and Energy, Republic of Botswana, and your host for this week, Honorable Bugolo Joy Kenewendo. Honorable ministers and esteemed ministerial delegations in the energy sectors of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Lesotho, Malawi, Mozambique, Zambia, Zimbabwe, United Republic of Tanzania, and the Kingdom of Eswatini, Rala Mogela.
Honorable ministers, assistant ministers, and members of parliament for the Republic of Botswana, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Minerals and Energy, Pelaelo Kokwe, all permanent secretaries here present, event co-host and executive director at the Sadc Center for Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency, Mr. Kudakwashe Nklukulo, event partner and director general of the International Renewable Energy Agency, Mr. Francisco La Camara,
event partner and deputy to the Director General, United Nations Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO, Mr. Seong Zhu, captains of industry, all media houses, news reporters, photographers aplenty here present. We acknowledge you all, and we now welcome that applause. Raleboga. And of course, Dumelang, Murumere, Bonjour, Salbona, Assalamu alaikum, Ola, Tutuben, hello to you, and Asante Sana to you for watching or listening to these proceedings of the 2024 Sadc Sustainable Energy Week from the various platforms including BTV, Gabs FM, the official Facebook pages of the Botswana government, the Ministry of Minerals and Energy Facebook page, sadcenergyweek.org, and the Sadc Sustainable Energy Week Facebook page. Now, Mr. Mugende, my friend, without further ado, please make me proud and introduce our host for this week.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Jez. A round of applause for the amazing Giselle. Now to introduce our next speaker. As Botswana's Minister of Minerals and Energy, she is leading the charge towards a resilient, energy, secure future, one that prioritizes sustainability, innovation, and regional collaboration. She is an economist by trade, but I believe a minister by service. I trust you'll agree with that. Recently, those who do watch the news would have seen her. She was at the forefront and led the delegation that landed an incredible new deal for Botswana and its mining partner, DPS, truly securing Botswana's future. Ladies and gentlemen, with a huge round of applause, please join me in welcoming the exquisite Honorable Boholo Joy Kenewindo to deliver the welcome remarks.
Thank you, Mudiri. Thank you, Giselle. Mr. President, President Advocate Duma Gideon Boko, the President of the Republic of Botswana, Sadc Executive Secretary, Re Mahosi, ministers from across the Sadc region, ministers from Botswana and assistant ministers, members of the diplomatic corps, event partners from UNIDO and SACRI, permanent secretaries from the government of Botswana and across the region. Pardon me, I think I saw the permanent secretary to the president a little earlier. Oh, there she is. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media corps, I wish to welcome you here with a heartfelt pula. I know for some it has been a difficult week with the heavy rains that we have already experienced. But as the President aptly described it during his address, it is both a blessing that we receive so much rain. We expect good pasture, and we expect good tidings and blessings with the rain. But we do recognize some of the challenges that the rain has brought to over 1,000 households, those that have been displaced, and some of the lives that we have lost in the last week. And I ask that we all put these households in our thoughts and our prayers as we reflect on the year ahead. And may we all recover, and may we all have a resilient year. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor and a privilege to welcome you to the 2024 Sadc Sustainable Energy Week. As we gather here in our vibrant city of Gaborone, we stand at a very pivotal moment in shaping the future of energy in our region. We are pleased to be hosting the inaugural Sadc Sustainable Energy Week, and on behalf of the government of Botswana and the Ministry of Minerals, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for joining us. In particular, the ministers, my colleagues from around the Sadc region, industry experts, researchers, and development partners who have joined us in order to champion sustainable energy solutions and to chart a way forward for development for this region and the continent over. Your presence is indeed a testament to our shared commitment to driving transformation in the energy landscape, a landscape that we understand is a facilitator for economic prosperity and development in Southern Africa. Over the past year, our region has shown remarkable resilience and progress in expanding renewable energy, enhancing regulatory framework, and fostering regional cooperation. Yet, serious challenges remain. We still have dire energy poverty, we are experiencing financing gaps, and climate change continues to test our resolve. And we indeed have to stand to this, we have to reflect on these challenges, but we certainly have to be innovative in how we respond and ensure that the responses are structural and are not just preemptive. So in this platform, we are hoping for bold ideas, meaningful collaborations, and innovative solutions that will pave the way for a future energy security, sustainability, and universal access with an equitable and affordable price. As we embark on this week of discussions, let us seize every opportunity to exchange knowledge, to explore new investment avenues, and to strengthen partnerships. It's not just about building the infrastructure. We realize, particularly because of this week, that it's also about building climate resilient infrastructure. It's also about building economic resilient infrastructure. It's about building economic agency infrastructure. And that is what we recognize energy infrastructure to be. So let us reaffirm our commitment to building a sustainable energy future that not only meets today's challenges, but empowers the generations to come. Once again, it is my utmost pleasure to welcome you to the 2024 Sadc Sustainable Energy Week. May this week inspire, may it inspire action, may it foster innovation, and may it ignite transformative change across our region. Finally, while we are confident that this conference will be enriching and productive, we also hope that you will take some time to visit and experience our beautiful and charming Gaborone and the rest of Botswana. This city and this country has a lot to offer, from its friendly people to the vibrant culture and to the well-preserved wilderness. Step outside the conference halls when you can, wander through our city and discover it. Explore the local markets and taste our delicious cuisine. We encourage you to embrace this opportunity to create lasting memories so you may return. We hope you will leave with a new knowledge of the energy industry and new partnerships and a fondness for Botswana and Gaborone and for that of Botswana. I thank you and good morning.
A thank you to you, our Honorable Kenewendo, and good morning to you, my lady. I must tell you, it's such a pleasure to see that you have selected your iconic hairstyle for today's proceedings, because last night I said to my hairstylist, Mogel, I need for you to scrupulously make sure you interpret Boholo Kenewendo's hairstyle on my crown. And Gaborone motsadi gore o kgonne line ke eo extension ke eo botsadi ha o ratile ke kopa lehofi. You're very kind, ladies and gentlemen. Our next speaker has amassed a wealth of extensive experience and a proven track record of service in the public and private sectors, spanning over a period of more than 30 years. This is hard to believe because he does not look a day older than 21. He was sworn in as the 7th Sadc Executive Secretary at the 41st Sadc Summit of Heads of State and Government held in Lilongwe, Republic of Malawi in 2021. And the Sadc Secretariat, which he calls professional home, is the principal executive institution of Sadc, responsible for strategic planning, coordination, and management of Sadc programs. Now, I think it's pretty cool that I'm one of 3,009 who can count the Sadc Secretariat on their follow list at X. And although I'm still waiting for a follow back from this next speaker, I'm glad that I can count him as one of my Facebook friends. Now, you can also follow him. Actually, you can follow them at Sadc_news on X, and you can follow him as well at his handle, Elias Mahosi on X. I must warn you though, you will not find any dance challenge content or outfit drip checks on his page, but you will certainly be kept well informed about the Secretariat's work. Ladies and gentlemen, here now to deliver his remarks rises His Excellency Elias M. Mahosi.
My sincere apologies. I'm trying to get my system working. There we are. Thank you. There we are. Thank you very much, our directors of ceremony, and especially the energetic Giselle. Mr. President, I feel very concerned with the statements made about me when we should be celebrating you and the role that you are playing in this country. Nonetheless, I think all of us play different roles at different times. But once more, to thank the two directors of ceremony for giving us an energetic start off on this important week. Advocate Duma Gideon Boko, President of the Republic of Botswana, Honorable July Moyo, Minister of Energy and Power of the Republic of Zimbabwe, and the current chairperson of the Sadc Committee of Ministers of Energy, Honorable Bokolo Joy Kenwendo, the Minister of Minerals, Energy and Energy of the Republic of Botswana, and indeed our hosts with the hairstyle that has been described, Honorable Ministers from the Sadc region and Deputy Ministers Amanda Mist, and all other protocols are respectively observed in the interest of time. Members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you all. Allow me to extend my sincere appreciation to the government of Botswana for hosting this event through the Ministry of Minerals and Energy in collaboration with the Sadc Secretariat and the Sadc Center for Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency, or SACRE for short. I am convinced that it is through effective collaboration and our collective strength, our collective and strong commitment to engage not only on the most topical and most appropriate subject of energy access and security, but also on a subject that is critical, a critical enabler of regional economic development and integration. I wish to recognize in a special way the President of the Republic of Botswana, Advocate Duma Gideon Boko, for gracing this event and officiating to kickstart the Sadc Sustainable Energy Week, which is themed Accelerating Sustainable Energy Solutions for Energy Secure Sadc Region. Your presence, Mr. President, serves to underscore your commitment and that of the country to the energy security agenda of our region. Let me also recognize the presence of honorable ministers responsible for energy from the Sadc region, led by two ministers from Zimbabwe and Botswana. And thank them for really honoring this invitation to participate in this critical dialogue. I would also like to appreciate the smart partnership from all invited guests and indeed our international cooperating partners, including the International Renewable Energy Agency, IRENA, the Global Network of Regional Sustainable Energy Centers, Austrian Development Corporation, and the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO, that was recognized earlier on, amongst many others. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sustainable Energy Week was commissioned as an annual event by a meeting of the joint ministers responsible for energy and water in May of 2024 in August, Republic of Angola, and the Republics of Botswana and Zimbabwe committed to hosting the event in 2024 and this year, respectively. Since the inaugural week could not take place in 2024, this event therefore marks the beginning of the Sadc Energy Week events. The event will feature, as has already been mentioned by the Minister, high-level presentations, panel discussions, business-to-business meetings, and network sessions, focusing on policy frameworks, investment opportunities, financing, grid integration, and renewable energy technologies for a just energy transition. Energy security and universal access to energy remain critical catalysts for regional integration and true economic development across all sectors and across all member states. The Sadc region continues to face power shortages due primarily to inadequate infrastructure development across the board. And in recent times, the debilitating effects of climate change. Currently, in terms of the regional energy mix, coal makes 60% of energy generation, whilst hydropower accounts for 24%, with renewable energy trailing at around 10%. Climate change has unfortunately laid bare our limitations to ascertain a sustainable energy supply and its security. We do not only have to grapple with our limited and very difficult ability to minimize pollution from fossil fuels, but also we must contend with increased and harsh droughts that have made us extremely vulnerable to continue our dependence on water resources. Electricity access varies widely, with some member states like Mauritius and Seychelles having achieved universal access, while others still have access rates as low as 30%. To address this, urgent and robust investments are needed in power generation, transmission and diversification into renewable energy sources such as wind and solar energy, in addition to deliberate efforts by all of us to adopt and ensure energy efficiency at all levels. I wish to report that efforts are afoot to interconnect Angola, Malawi, and Tanzania to the Southern Africa Power Pool, or SEP, network. This to ensure that we exploit excess power in some countries to reduce the deficit in the rest others. Ladies and gentlemen, a regional approach is crucial to expanding energy markets, optimizing infrastructure development, and addressing the intermittency of renewable resources. Firstly, we are promoting development of the generation capacity to ensure security of energy supply, reliability, and availability in collaboration with member states and their agencies, including in the Democratic Republic of Congo to expedite the development of the Grand Inga hydropower project, the Republic of Mozambique on development of Mpanda Nkua hydropower, as well as Zambia and Zimbabwe for the joint development of Batoka hydropower project. The development of generation projects coupled with transmission or priority transmission projects such as the Angola, Namibia, Tanzania, Zambia, Malawi, Mozambique interconnectors will enhance intra-regional power trading in the SAP network while facilitating evacuation of power from the existing as well as the planned power stations such as the Grand Inga in the DRC and the Bayens hydropower between Namibia and Angola. Secondly, it has been stated that approximately 600 million people in the sub-Saharan Africa do not have access to electricity, 600 million. And out of this figure, almost 172 million, or about 29%, are Sadc citizens, given the region's current access rate of 56%. Therefore, it is my appeal that we intensify the level of access to electricity by creating and indeed embracing innovative financing mechanisms and alternative access solutions. This should include dedicated funds for electrification, institutional arrangements such as establishment of rural electrification agencies, as well as diversifying technological approaches, including grid extensions, smart grid technologies, and especially off-grid solutions to target most of our rural and disadvantaged population. This may include renewable energy-based microgrids and standalone solar systems, amongst many others. Lastly, and equally important, we must address the issue of affordability head-on, as well as the creation of an enabling environment for increased participation of investors and other players, including independent power producers, or IPPs as they call them, independent transmission system operators in the energy supply industry. We have observed that member states, through the establishment of energy regulators, are slowly, painfully slowly, migrating towards cost-reflective tariffs with a pro-poor element to ensure that basic electricity needs are met on a monthly basis while promoting investment in the energy supply industry. It is also encouraging to note that some of the member states have introduced almost zero electricity connection fees to tackle the issue of affordability and access. The above steps are indeed commendable, and where possible, they should be replicated across our region. Ladies and gentlemen, we are fully aware that energy infrastructure projects require substantial financial resources, which governments often do lack. We therefore appeal to member states and cooperating partners to support priority energy infrastructure projects that are outlined in the Sadc Regional Infrastructure Development Master Plan, short-term action plan, which has a financing gap of approximately 18 billion for the entire region, 18 billion US dollars. We also urge member states to urgently ratify and facilitate operationalization of the Sadc Regional Development Fund, which has been designed to mobilize resources from both traditional and non-traditional sources for regional projects, including what we are discussing here today, energy infrastructure projects. The Secretariat is also coordinating implementation of strategic frameworks to enhance energy access, improve energy security, while promoting sustainable energy solutions. These include the Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency Strategic and Action Plan of 2016 to promote renewable energy and energy efficiency adoption, and the Energy Renewable Access Strategy and Action Plan of 2020 to support off-grid technology development for rural energy access. The Secretariat will continue to work with SAP and SACRE as a center of excellence to promote renewable energy and energy efficiency and exploit the vast potential of renewable energy resources as we continue to address low energy access and energy insecurity. It is in this regard that I again appeal to member states to urgently ratify the Intergovernmental Memorandum of Agreement on the establishment of SACRE to enable it to effectively execute its mandate as a center of excellence. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I need to assure you that this inaugural Sadc Sustainable Energy Week indeed provides a unique platform for truly, as the Minister said, meaningful discussions that will translate, hopefully, into tangible and impactful solutions and related projects. We, at the Secretariat, in collaboration with SACRE and other partners, remain committed to implementing the resolutions that will emanate from this event to drive regional energy development and integration. We therefore look forward to collaborating with all of you at the second edition of the Sadc Sustainable Energy Week that will be held in Zimbabwe, where we will review progress made on resolutions from this week and other related programs of the region addressing energy access and security. It is only when we measure our progress and hold ourselves accountable as a collective here that we can make a positive and lasting impact. This reflection will ensure, in my view, that this Energy Week or Energy Week events are not just simply talk shops with very little to show for, but are worth every effort and resources deployed to host them as we are doing today. I thank you very much for your attention. Merci beaucoup. Muito obrigado. Asante sana. Tatenda. Kia leboha.
I believe the clarion call is very clear for those in the room and the region. The need to utilize sustainable energy and methods to secure our future is now. Thank you, Your Excellency Elias Mahosi. Let's give him one last round of applause. He spoke a lot about electricity generation and all in the region. Now, I think in African spirit, it does exist in human form to electrify this occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to get ready to witness a performance that will not only leave you at awe, but mesmerized. This is not just dance. This is storytelling, energy, and raw African excellence coming to life on stage. I said they are electrifying. I've warned you. Ladies and gentlemen, they're incredible, they're amazing. Mopato Dance Theater.
Mogolokwane ka go! Yeah, I can hear the chairperson of the Mogolokwane committee is certainly in the building. Like Mudiri told you, he did give you a fair warning, electrifying in one word, and please do not excuse the pun. Congratulations indeed to the brilliant creative tribe that is Mopato Dance Theatre for another powerful performance on a high-level stage in Botswana. See, that's what these guys do for a living, and actually, I'll tell you this, one of them is teaching me how to dance. So please look out for my dance challenge coming very soon sometime this year. Until then, Honorable Kenowendo, I was in a proverbial arm wrestling match with Mudiri's personal assistant yesterday to determine who gets the privilege of introducing you this morning. Well, as we witnessed, my lady, the winner's boss got to introduce you during the welcome remarks, but I'm feeling very well compensated now in this moment to have the opportunity to receive you on your stage as you return this time to usher in our guest of honor, Advocate Duma Boko, the President of the Republic of Botswana. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming her back to the podium, your host, our Minister for Minerals and Energy, Boholo Joy Kenowendo.
No. Good morning again, Mr. President. I didn't realize I had I had taken the honor away from Giselle. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my utmost pleasure to introduce you to the 6th President of the Republic of Botswana, Advocate Duma Gideon Boko, who many of you would know as a lawyer, an advocate, a human rights lawyer who is now really making sure that we recognize that a government should be looking after the people's human rights, that a government should be pushing for a rules-based governance system. And as we'll recall, that he took over government in November, and he has since ushered a new wave of change through the party of the UDC. And I wish that you all rise to help me welcome him to the podium as he shares the vision that he has for Botswana, for the region. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of Botswana, Advocate Duma Gideon Boko.
Let me begin by gratefully acknowledging the energy, the verve, and the vitality of the creatives who blessed us with their electrifying performance just now. they reminded us that we shall not always march to the habitual beats of a single drum. We shall dance to many drums beating at the same time in harmony, a perfect jam session. Thank you so very much. Let me recognize you, ladies and gentlemen, one and all in your eminent stations, offices, and positions. And breach protocol, and regard you as but equals before the law. And so recognize you in one fell swoop in that manner. Thank you so very much. It is an honor and a great privilege for me to be here to deliver this opening address at this inaugural Sadc Sustainable Energy Week conference, aptly themed Accelerating Sustainable Energy Solutions for an Energy Secure Sadc Region. Accelerating. Injecting some verve, some energy, some vitality, some speed, some agility, accelerating. That's what the theme says. And so we are here to inject that much needed impetus, that energy. This conference brings together various stakeholders in the energy sector to discuss modalities of increasing energy access to our people. We need to acknowledge that energy is a basic human need. It is a fundamental human right. And so there is need to improve and accelerate our capacity for generating and distributing energy in its various forms with a leaning to renewable energy sources. Countries across the Sadc region face challenges related to energy poverty. This constrains our economies, leaving millions of our people, especially in the rural areas, without access to critical services like health, education, communication, and such like. A clarion call for an energy-secure region is, therefore, urgent in order to drive industrialization and integration of our economies in pursuit of fulfilling the vision of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area Agreement. Your Excellencies, as a member of the Global Village, Botswana and other Sadc states have acceded to some agreements and treaties, among which are the Paris Agreement and the Kigali Amendment to the Montreal Protocol signed in 2016, the Nationally Determined Contributions, NDCs, towards reduction of carbon emissions by 2030, the 2030 Agenda, Sustainable Development Goals, and the recent Dar es Salaam Declaration of 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, implementation of energy supply strategies needs collective efforts as it transcends our boundaries. No single country can do this alone. a sustainable energy future requires deep cooperation across borders. By developing regional energy projects, harmonizing our policies, and sharing best practices, we can maximize the benefits of our collective resources. I am therefore encouraged to see existing collaborations in the energy sector, such as the Sadc Center for Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency, SACRE, for promoting wide adoption of renewables and energy efficiency in the region. The Southern Africa Power Pool, SAP, paving the way for a more integrated SADC electricity market, and the Regional Energy Regulators Association, advancing harmonization of the SADC energy regulatory environment for the development of a sustainable regional energy market. This signals a convergence of understanding of the urgency of meeting sustainable, accessible, and affordable energy supply. It therefore behooves us as a region to honor what we have pledged to do, thus moving from rhetoric to action. Let us continue to leverage upon these successes, recognizing that our strength lies in unity. Distinguished delegates, let me urge each member state in the SADC region to prioritize sustainable energy policies in their national development agendas. We should incentivize renewable energy and energy efficiency projects and initiatives, enforce environmental protections, and establish clear roadmaps for a just and equitable energy transition, which is relevant to the realities of our countries and our region. As a region, let us set tangible targets, not only to reduce our reliance on fossil fuels, but also to increase our use of renewables. In Botswana, we've set ourselves a target to scale up electricity production to at least 8,000 megawatts within the next 4 years, as part of our ongoing efforts to modernize our power sector with a strategic shift towards a solar-dominated energy industry. We believe that by doing this, we would have laid the foundation for a more sustainable and competitive energy landscape. Investing in sustainable energy is not only an environmental decision, but an economic imperative. It is estimated that Africa could meet over 60% of its energy needs through renewables by 2050. In the SADC region, we have vast renewable resources: solar, wind, hydropower, and geothermal, which can be exploited for socio-economic benefit. In this regard, I encourage the development of well-planned energy systems, appropriate and consistent policy and regulatory frameworks, responsive financing mechanisms, and well-capacitated institutions to harness this potential. We can unlock these resources to power our industries, homes, and public institutions through development of appropriate value chains. To the captains of industry, I encourage private sector participation, as they have the ability to mobilize private capital. From small and medium enterprises to global investors, we invite you to partner with us, not only to build infrastructure, but to cultivate the talent and the knowledge necessary to sustain it. I call upon you to be innovative and exploit the available value chains to create jobs and grow the economies of our countries. Ladies and gentlemen, let me emphasize that we are committed to a sustainable, energy-secure Sadc region. Today, we are planting the seeds of change. Together, with the support of each government, private sector, development partners, and other stakeholders, we can create a Sadc region where provision of energy services can create the necessary jobs for our people. Let us act boldly, for we owe it to ourselves, to current generations, and to generations yet to come. Let me conclude by expressing my gratitude that Botswana has been afforded this opportunity to host this inaugural conference. I am hopeful that the outcomes of this conference will benefit all our countries and bring the much-needed developments. It is my pleasure at this point to wish you fruitful conference deliberations, and I therefore declare the 2024 Sadc Sustainable Energy Week Conference officially open. Thank you for the pleasure of your company and the privilege of your attention. Thank you so very much.
Mr. President, thank you. I'd like to request, Mr. President, could you kindly just wait as we will be presenting a token of appreciation, my kind sir, kindly. At this stage, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome to the stage the Executive Director at Sadc, Mr. Kudakwashe, to come present the token of appreciation. They are joined by the Executive Secretary and our host minister.
Appreciation. This is a piece of art that has been made by the son of the soil, Mr. Moloki Matlale, a paint artist from Tapong Visual Arts Center. He's from the Kweneng region. This piece of art, we hope you appreciate it. Yes, please feel free.
It's aptly wrapped, one may say.
Yeah, just tear it off. No, I think we'll see it.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you. And I hope you enjoy your gifts. You may take your seats.
Thank you very much, Modiri, and thank you very much indeed to the organizers for arranging such an appropriate and beautiful presidential image there for our guest of honor. Well, at this moment, ladies and gentlemen, as we draw close to the end of the official opening program, before we break into the rest of the week itself with its plenary sessions, at this moment, we wish to invite everyone who is in the couch area. I understand that your tagline reads VIP. You are invited to kindly grace the stage for a photo opportunity with our president. And I do believe that protocol officers are on standby to assist accordingly where required. Once again, this is an invitation to our dignitaries in the white couches to kindly join us on stage for a group photo. And that group photo will then be followed by our vote of thanks. Shortly after our vote of thanks, then we'll be getting into the closing of our sessions with the national anthem. Well, I've just been given an indication with the earpiece that you cannot see that if we can please just conduct the group photo shoot to be followed by the vote of thanks by the Minister of Energy and Power Development from Zimbabwe. Thank you so much. Protocol officers, counting on you to assist our dignitaries accordingly for the photo shoot. Otherwise, ke a go leboga, Mr. DJ.
I believe the press corps will be congregating here at the front for the group photo.
Thank you very much indeed to our dignitaries for making their way to the stage for the matter of the group photo with our guest of honor. Shortly after this group photo takes place, we will be receiving our vote of thanks. That is the final keynote, well, that is the final official address for the official opening. Shortly after that, of course, is the tour of the exhibition stands. And of course, this high-level delegation that is taking photos in this very moment will be leading the proceedings to the tours for the exhibition stands. And yes, indeed, dear delegate, you are also invited to take a look at the exhibition stands and engage with those that are exhibiting. Thank you so much for your kind patience as we ensure these very important logistics. Please do make sure before you leave our country this week to pick up one of the newspapers in the country so that you can see this moment as it is documented in the media. Over to you, Modiri.
May we rise? Thank you.
Well, as we enjoy the scintillating moment of this presidential group photo, allow me to invite you to please consider building a relationship with the beautiful bottle that is at your side. That glass bottle is, of course, a celebration of sustainability, courtesy of the BPC, who are inviting you to take that bottle with you to remember us by. Now, you're welcome to, of course, consume the clear liquid that is in there. Rest assured, it is water, H2O. And once you've enjoyed it, you're welcome to refill it at any one of the refillable stations in this room. Thank you once again to the BPC for that beautiful gift. On behalf of the MCs, thank you very much. We also got ours. We'll make sure to tag you when we post our pictures a bit later. Thank you very much, my elders, for participating in this very important moment of documenting your presence at this event. At this moment, I believe that it's time for our keynote address. Thank you for your kind attention. Honorable July G. Moyo, Minister of Energy and Power Development in Zimbabwe. I do believe, sir, that the podium awaits to receive you. Rahwamogela.
Thank you, Directors of Ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, give me support as I try not to break the protocol that has been set by the President of the Republic of Botswana, and recognize all of you who are in this room as I proceed to give a vote of thanks on your behalf. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here in Gaborone, Botswana, where we have been fortunate to be received by the President of this country. Our organization, Sadc, is headquartered here in Botswana, in Gaborone. And I bring greetings from the current chairman of Sadc, His Excellency Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, and who is a colleague of our president here in Botswana. This president of Botswana, he has demonstrated his commitment to this organization by attending almost all the important Sadc meetings that have been called so far. And we in Zimbabwe recognize his commitment because soon after his inauguration in November, there was a forum for children in Victoria Falls. And I must say, as the then minister responsible for children, I did not expect that soon after that inauguration he would come to Zimbabwe. But there he was, giving a passionate speech to children, not reading it, but from his heart as a peasant coming from the rural areas. We want to thank you, Mr. President. On behalf of my colleagues, ministers of energy in this region, I want to thank you for what you have done, Advocate Duma Gideon Boko, so far, in giving us direction about where Sadc is, where Sadc ought to go, and if Sadc is going to remain competitive, not only in the African region, but internationally. We need the energy that you have said we should have as we deliberate in this inaugural Sadc Sustainable Energy Week. We are happy that Botswana wanted to hold it in 2024. And please remember, today we are still in 2024, so that Zimbabwe can hold it in 2025, even if we hold it in 2026. Mr. President, your insightful remarks have underscored the urgent need for regional collaboration in addressing the challenges of energy access, energy security, sustainability, and innovation in our region. Your vision for our future, where sustainable energy and energy efficiency is the kingpin of inclusive socio-economic growth and environmental resilience, is one we all share and strive to realize. I would like to extend our appreciation to the government of Botswana, Sadc Secretariat, and our Sakri organization for organizing this event. Let me also extend our gratitude to the people of Botswana, the hotels, those who have given our hospitality. We feel at home. But our feeling at home, Mr. President, will not be complete if we don't have Mopani worms, because Botswana is the home of Mopani worms, and there you are more competitive than anybody else in our region. And I've already made requests to the Executive Secretary. Special gratitude goes to the Botswana Defense Force, which was able to deliver our three anthems of the AU, of the Sadc, and indeed of Botswana. We are very thankful. Additionally, we also recognize the tremendous efforts of the event partners, the International Renewable Energy Agency, IRENA, United Nations Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO, our Austrian friends, the Austrian Development Agency, and Soul Train. And we do recognize all the sponsors, the exhibitors, and stakeholders who have worked tirelessly towards this event. Your dedication to advancing the sustainable energy agenda is commendable and essential for the prosperity of our region. Mr. President, as we proceed with the deliberations over the course of this week, let me say we must be guided by your vision. We must remember and take your words as a clarion call to what we energy ministers, stakeholders, private sector, and everyone in this region and our partners. We must take the clarion call that you have given us as something that we must accomplish. And we call upon our secretariat to work tirelessly to make sure that this energy, which gives energy to all our sectors of the economy, must be the engine that drives our economic development in our area. Once again, Mr. President, we thank you for gracing this occasion and for your continued leadership in advancing sustainable energy in Botswana, but also across the region. Thank you all, and may this week be productive and transformative for the future of energy in the Sadc region. And given that we have rain, I must end by saying Pula. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Moyo. Thank you for those words.
Honorable Moyo go tswa ka ko Zimbabwe. You know, Mudiri, when Honorable July Moyo began his closing note there, mentioning that the delegation would feel entirely further at home if, I honestly thought he was going to say if he could take a bride for the delegation, because I was certainly ready to raise my left hand and indicate the availability.
You were about to volunteer. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly note that we are about to receive the national anthems once again. And please also further note that the President, Advocate Duma Gideon Boko, and his delegation shall depart after the singing of the anthems.
That's absolutely right, Mudiri. Immediately after these national anthems, as a way to close the ceremony, presidential delegation will be making their way, swiftly passing by the tour to say hello to the exhibitors, and then making their way forward for the rest of the day. However, our host minister may be with us a little bit later, because I do believe I saw her name in a ministerial panel discussion that will be taking place a little bit later. In fact, as we prepare for the national anthems, let me remind you that we will be getting into a tea break very shortly. And do enjoy your tea and coffee break. We'll be reconvening in this very room for the main plenary with remarks by key partners. So we'll see you a little bit later for that. Until then, please join us in rising to acknowledge the national anthems. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
A round of applause, please, for the incredible BDF band.
Kindly remain standing as the President of the Republic of Botswana, Advocate Duma Gideon Boko, and his delegation shall be departing. Let's kindly remain standing.
You will be shortly invited to enjoy your first tea and coffee break for the day. Well deserved and well earned, if you may ask me. Otherwise, so we shall be reconvening in this same location very shortly. Thank you to all the media houses that have shown every part of the action. You can check their platforms out later as well. Who knows? You might even see your face or the face of your colleagues on the national television screen. When you get to your hotel room, you can watch BTV, you can listen to Gabs FM, you can watch the official Facebook page of the Botswana government, the Ministry of Minerals and Energy page, sadcenergyweek.org, and the Sadc Sustainable Energy Week Facebook page. Otherwise, though, our names remain Jazal Kebakile and Mudiri Mugende. We'll see you at tea and coffee, and we'll be back in duty to close the day with the feedback from partners. Thank you. You've been an incredible audience. We can feel your energy from here.
Thank you. Enjoy tea.